afternoon. Beautiful Sunday afternoon in Brisbane, and as you can see, it's winter, but it's not that cold. Bit brisk, but who's loving it? I'm Linda. I'm your counsellor on call, and that's Panda having a brisk walk across the desk because she wants attention. I've just walked in, and how are you today? It's wonderful to be here with you. Hashtag replay if you manage to catch us on the replay, and it'll be wonderful. Now, let's call up our list to see what we're going to explore today. I love this list. It's because it comes from a variety of people. So 8 things highly successful people do before bedtime. It doesn't mean we're going to do all of them, but what we can do is choose one and do it over the week and see if we want to form it into a habit. So Bill Gates, read for an hour over different topics. So I don't know about you, but I couldn't read for an hour over different topics because I like to stay focused on one. Hi Taylor, great to see you. Yes, it's been an amazing weekend. How are you? Are you tired from being a mum? 3 kids, newborn mum, just unbelievable. It's amazing what you do. So, yeah, personally I couldn't read over different subjects in 1 hour. It would just be too much. So choose one topic, see how you go, and if that's working for you, go for it, okay? But it is good. I find reading before bedtime can help wind me down as well, help me get focused and relaxed on something other than the tiredness and the rush day that I've had. Okay, number 2, Arianna Huffington, unplug from electronics to block out distractions. How many of us put our electronics down before we go to bed, or do we take them to bed? Okay, so remember, with electronics, they actually act on our brain, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but they keep us awake, okay? They literally keep our brain awake, so not us personally, but our brain will keep functioning. So the question to ask yourself, are you that important that you couldn't put it down and people could contact you the next day? Now, that can work both ways because I'm the only parent my kids have. So what I've learnt to do, and I'm not 100% good at this, but what I'm teaching myself to do is put the phone down, put it on charge and put it away. Okay, not away. Have it somewhere other than beside my bed so that I can do the reading or the journaling or whatever it is. Yeah. Oh no, because you're in summer. Taylor says it's crappy weather where she is, and she's there over in America where it's summer. Oh no. Maybe it's the humidity and the air you wear. Oh, I hate humidity. Okay, Steve Jobs, reflect on what is done in the daytime. So if you were to sit down, just say after dinner, dishes done, you know, kids are in bed, and you took 10 minutes, 15 at the most if you wanted to, and just reflect on your day. So what worked for you, what didn't work for you, that gives you enough information that you can have change, okay? You can have change towards more of what works for you or get creative about a different way to do things. So I used to do this when my kids were young, what worked, what didn't work, especially. So Josh would have been 6, Chloe 2, and Nick a newborn-ish. So it became a daily thing for me on what worked in disciplining them, what didn't work, where did I need to get creative. And I went through this whole process. And even when they got older, especially Josh was about 12, so the others would have been 8 and 6, and they get at that age where they're fighting. Okay, they're arguing, and it's like, well, you know, I started off with apologise from the heart, which, by the way, serves them long term. Okay, so my kids can all live together as adults, and they know how to have communication and conversation. But what I did in the end was didn't matter who was right or who was wrong, who started the argument, who didn't start the argument. What I learnt to do because of this self-reflection was say, okay, we're all just going to apologise and move on. All right? We're not going to the ins and outs of it. And if you see on social media, you can often see mums who buy big T-shirts and make the kids walk around together in the T-shirt until they can, you know, get over themselves, get over their bad attitude. So that's another fun thing to do. But often we can make things with our kids, lots of fun, even if they're grumpy, okay? Now, Ellen DeGeneres says, write down feelings and thoughts to improve communication skills. And this is so true. I actually journal every night, but that's a habit I have because many years ago I had trouble voicing how I felt. I couldn't work it out, and it was very confusing. And when you live with somebody who you're saying how you feel and they're turning around and saying, well, no, that's not right, it can get very confusing as to what's going on. So I have a habit of journaling every night, and sometimes I do in the morning to gain clarity of what's happening emotionally for me. It's a good habit to be in. You'll hear it all over the world. People tell you to journal. I have A4 hardcover books, not in this colour, but so I get these because they're hardcover and I can sit in bed and journal. Oh, bliss. Especially in winter. Oh my goodness, in winter, it's nice to sit in bed and just journal away what's happened today, how am I feeling, what do I want to change, where do I want to go, etc., etc. And sometimes we just need that emotional valve. We need that letdown to get it out, you know. If you're a single mum and no one's around, then you've got to have the journal to let it out, you know. So that's one thought. But this day and age too, on your phone, you can actually get apps on your phone that are journals, and if you pay a little bit of money, not much, you can get apps that are password protected journals. So no one can go in there. A lady in a group the other day asked about protecting her stepdaughter from the mother who was reading her journal and then using the emotional content of the journal against the daughter. And I said, well, get an app, because then she can be anywhere at any time. It's password protected, so she knows that she only sees the stuff. And this is what we teach our kids. We make sure they're safe and that nobody can get the information, especially from separated families. We need to protect our kids emotionally. Okay, Oprah Winfrey, meditate to reduce stress. Now, meditation isn't always just about sitting there and being quiet. It is good to sit and still your thoughts, so slow them down. That can be a form of meditation, just teaching yourself to breathe 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out and slow down your thoughts, okay? That's just the beginning. But if you can get into a habit to do that, even in the middle of your day, if you're a mum or a dad and you get stressed out, just stop and do that deep breathing in and out and slow your thoughts down. Get back into the present moment and you'll go from there. It'll be good. Joel Gascoigne, take a late night walk to unwind after a stressful day. And look, if you can't go outside at night for whatever reason, you could just get a treadmill, secondhand. People buy them and never use them, so you can do that. But even sitting out under the stars can be a really beautiful thing. And if you're near water, you can sit at the water, and I find that very peaceful. So find something that's peaceful and it's not connected to electronics. That'd be good. Okay, Vera Wang, brainstorm for new ideas. Have a group of people around you that you can say, well, this is what's happening. Let's come up with some creative ideas. Okay, that makes you actually feel a lot lighter too. Kenneth Chennault, plan for the next day. I do this especially for gym, because if I don't plan for the next day for gym, I can think of lots of reasons not to go. So I actually get all my gym stuff ready. When I was mum with kids at home, I pre-packed their lunch to however much I could do. Uniforms ready, everything. So the next morning we had an agreement that as long as they had done like breakfast, tidy up, got dressed, etc., etc., they could watch a bit of TV before we left. But they had to have everything done, or there was no TV, no electronics, whatever the age was. And it worked. So because I got them involved in preparing for the next day, they knew that when they got up, as long as they did A, B, C, D, whatever it was, they could then chill before school. Okay. Remember, we do life together and we do it well. Share with people around you so that they can get some encouragement too. Bless you all. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you tomorrow live and chatting with a new set of life hacks for you. All right. Blessings and dreams. Bye for now.